Okay, not only was you an exceptional football player, but you also was great at basketball. Um, Go in detail with what the pressures of playing for East Chicago Central in basketball, because as you know, as everybody know in the state, um, East Chicago Central is known for basketball.
Yeah, I mean, it's a basketball city, hands down. Even though what I was doing on the football field, a lot of people still recognize me as a basketball player. Some people might not even know I played football. That's just how big basketball was in the city. And I mean, at the time when I was playing in high school, I mean, just to get one of them 12 spots and be on those teams when we had, 7 or 8 D1 players was big.
So how do you compete on a team with guys, 7 to 8 guys who are gonna go D1, like far as sharing the basketball? Was it discouraging or what?
Uh, nah, not for me because at the time, I mean, I knew I was gonna, probably get a scholarship in football, so I wasn't out there really playing for a scholarship in basketball. I was able to, I was more of a role player, and I was comfortable with that because I mean, some of the names we had, I mean, you could just pass the ball to them and sit
Like
back
who?
and watch.
Like who?
Uh, Marcus Jefferson, Chris Woods, Carlton Baker, Rick Wright, Jobby Gillis, uh, Corey Stokes. I mean,
All great players. Now with all that talent on the team, on paper, you guys should have won, as you know, numerous championships. I'll kind of go into what happened as far as the team chemistry, maybe coaching, or even your teammates, and why you guys couldn't get over the hump of the sectionals.
uh, my junior year, I mean, we lost 2 games to both the Gary Westside by 1 point. So, I mean, it's no right or wrong answer. I think it was Coach Miles. That was his first year. So, I mean, and he told us that the team he was coaching in San Francisco, he said that our freshman team was better than their varsity team. So I think it was, a learning experience, and it was a new experience for him and us because we weren't used to him, and he just kind of fell in on all this talent. And it's hard, to kind of mix, what I'm saying, get everybody involved. And so we was all kind of just filling each other out that year, but we was winning. Uh, I mean, I think if we would have had a coach, a steady coach who had been there, 2 or 3 years with us and knew everybody game, I think it would have been easier for us to put it together and win a championship. But
So what made Miles different from Coach Todd?
I can't say I didn't play for Coach Todd.
Okay, right. Okay. So you guys lost to Gary Westside junior year. Now senior year, same thing. Um, from 1 to 12, you guys are stacked with talent. Kind of go into play with that.
Senior year, we just fell apart, man. I mean, I don't know. I think, like I said, Coach Miles, he came in. Junior year was fun. It was fun every day at practice. I mean, we were like a family. I mean, these dudes I knew since fourth or fifth grade. We had been playing together, taking trips. So it was like a family. And my man Chris Woods he kind of was the team leader, the team captain. So he kept us together off the court. I mean, we kept Udi straight. We was always together. We would go pick each other up. Whoever had a car, 2 or 3 cars, we was together all the time. And it was fun. And came back our senior year, and I think Coach Miles, I think he felt like he kind of was too loose on us, so he kind of came back and he wanted to put his foot down. And I mean, we started off the season. I think Udi might have been in Ellsworth. He had some crazy number of suicides he had to run to get on the court, and Marcus had transferred to a prep school. I mean, Chris was gone, so it was a brand new team. We still had a lot of talent, but we just kind of fell apart. I mean, Rick was back. He didn't play our junior year because he was hurt, so we still were talented, but it was kind of the same thing again. We were starting from scratch.
Who was the best basketball player in East Chicago Central history?
Uh, I'm gonna say the best athlete I think by far was
No, best player.
best player.
Who's
We'll get into that, but I can't leave my man Marcus Jefferson out just from an athletic standpoint, the stuff that he's still doing, I mean, you ain't gonna see none of that unless you watch the NBA games. You know, the way he dunking and some of the things he able to do. So I say he was the best athlete. But as far as player go, I gotta go with either Etwan Moore, Smooth, or Carlton Baker. And I'm gonna go with Carlton Baker just because I saw that, like I played in the games with him and I was front and center, and you know he was raw, like from start to finish. I don't care who was guarding him. I don't care zone man. He was gonna give it to him, and he was gonna pump the crowd up. He was gonna pump us up. He was a monster out there.
Okay. Give me your top 5 players in Chicago Central history in basketball. Each position, so point guard through center.
Point guard, I gotta go with my man Coop. Uh, Two guard, I'm gonna go with Smooth. At the 3, I'm gonna go with Marcus Jefferson. At the 4, I'm gonna go with Udi.
Okay, so you're gonna take Marcus Jefferson over Judah Parks, possibly Chris Woods, Charles Rick, some type of guys.
The thing about all that is, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't feel comfortable getting up here saying, Judah Parks, because I didn't really, see Judah Parks the way I saw Marcus. And Chris Woods, he right there, he right there with him. He'll be my 6th man. So Charles Ricks and all of them, I mean, they great players, but I really, as a kid watching basketball, it's different than when you in high school, and even when you grown, you're probably looking at it now different than you did as a kid. So, I mean, I was a kid watching them games, so I really, can't say that they better than the guys I'm naming now because I was there. I understood the game when I was watching these guys. So, I mean, Marcus Jefferson was too passive. And I remember we played at Andrean, and Coach Miles told him, he told him flat out, shoot the ball every time you touch it. He had 20 points in the first half. So, I mean, you can't put nobody as a small forward in front of him. And, at 5, I'm going to go with my man Rick Wright.
Okay. What did Keon Frazier fit in at in basketball?
Basketball, I was, like I say, man, I was, my role, I played my position. My role on the team was just to keep everybody settled, knock down open jump shots, and don't turn the ball over. So, I was more like a role player on the team. So, I mean, I definitely, wouldn't say I was, the best or put my name, among some of those guys.